Gentlemen, you don't have enough talent to win on talent alone.
Hello and welcome to the Town Alone Podcast, the only podcast brought by the wheel. I am your host, Adam Hess, and with me, as always, he thought he was texting Andy Reid, but instead he was texting a pig salesman. It's Mike Regan. Mike, how you doing today?
Is that related to something?
You didn't see the Terry Bradshaw clip?
No.
Terry Bradshaw was like telling a story in studio, and he was like, I texted Andy Reid, or I thought I texted Andy Reid, but it turned out to be a pig salesman.
Does Bradshaw have pigs?
No, he keeps talking, and they just talk over him and move on. It was like a Joe Biden at the debate moment where you're like, is Bradshaw losing it?
Joe Biden.
Why is Bradshaw just going on about texting a pig salesman?
You know. I don't know.
He's one of two people to ever successfully pull off the skullet, right?
Yeah, I mean, that depends on like what you consider successful.
What's a successful skullet?
I mean, if successful is like how famous you got despite having a skullet, then yeah, I guess Bradshaw and Hogan.
Uh-huh. What's your definition of successful for a skullet, then?
Like you made a lot of money and people know who you are.
So, wait, like if Elon Musk had a skullet, would he be successfully pulled it off, or like does it have to be part of your personality?
No, I guess you just have to have one and then
Be successful.
be successful in your line of work.
So if Jeff Bezos started taping hair around the outside of his head, he would be the third person to successfully pull off the skullet.
Yeah. But if you're talking about successful, like, does it look good? Then no one has ever pulled off a good skullet.
I'm talking successful like it looks like a skullet.
Like it looks like a skullet?
Yeah.
What do you mean like it looks like a skullet? Like there's skullets out there where guys like, check out my skullet, and you're like, doesn't look like a skullet.
Name a third time you've ever seen someone with long hair that's just bald on top.
T.O. Guy with the bell, Breaking Bad.
Oh, what? His hair's not long.
It's pretty.
He just has like the reverse friar tuck.
That's a skullet.
That's not a skullet. What do you think the ullet part of a
The
skullet?
ullet comes from mullet.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really consider Bradshaw to have a skullet.
Does he? I don't know about that. Mike. I'm pulling up a picture of Terry Bradshaw right now.
Should name this podcast Skullets and Saints.
Maybe you're right. That's a stretch. Maybe it's not such a skullet. I feel like it used to be longer in the back.
So it really might just be Hogan.
It might just be Hogan.
So which begs the question, is there like a correlation between I have a skullet and I'm kind of a piece of shit? Subtract the kinda.
So far we're batting 1,000. Did we ever get the Bam Margera tweet after Hogan died?
I don't think we did.
That's so disappointing. Like,
Yeah.
Bam Margera must desperately want attention, right?
Maybe.
You can't pull off like the easiest layup in the history of Twitter.
He's probably
Speaking of which,
up.
you see Obi Toppin missed a dunk, talking about pulling up the easy or missing the easiest layup.
Yeah. Air dunked it.
Yeah, yeah.
I would, if I was him to save face, I would have made an eye appointment the next day. Like,
yeah, I would have gone on IR for 2 months, even if I felt fine.
Yeah, I've been like, I'm blind. I have to go on IR for 2 months.
Anything else? We're coming up on the trade deadline here, Mike.
We are.
Yeah. We don't have any plans to talk about the trade deadline for this podcast.
Lots
Maybe
of
next
rumors.
week. But here's the problem, right? That a lot of people want to talk about the NFL trade deadline, Mike. They're in our DMs constantly telling us. Talent Alone, what are your thoughts on the trade deadline? But the thing about the NFL trade deadline is it sucks.
Yeah, some like mid-tier player once a year will get moved and we'll be like, whoa, does this change the very fabric and foundation of what football is in America?
My favorite
it really
thing
doesn't do anything. McCaffrey was probably the biggest deal, right?
Yeah. In the history of the trade deadline, I think he is the biggest deal. Montez Sweat is like a notable name as a trade deadline acquisition.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what we're going to do again, right? And we do this every year with the trade deadline. You're the most 18th overall wide receiver in the league is going to get traded from their current missing the playoff team to like Seattle. And we're going to be like, this unlocks Seattle's offense. And that guy's going to get 4 targets for 41 yards and a quarter of a touchdown every game the rest of the way.
Well, there's reports that the Jags are taking calls on Brian Thomas Jr.
Your boy Duval
Mm-hmm.
came out and said that under no circumstance are they trading Brian Thomas Jr.
Exactly what you said before you're trading Brian Thomas Jr.
This ain't the NBA, brother.
It's true. Why is that?
There was a point last night during Monday Night Football where Tucker Kraft did a helmet-to-helmet bump with another guy while he wasn't wearing a helmet. We're not exactly talking about the fucking, like, the people holding the nuclear codes when we talk about the level of NFL intelligence. They're not going to be out here being like, we're subverting expectations by telling them we're not trading someone before we trade them. So that way we can get a bigger package when we force someone into a corner. Most of the NFL trades are like Bill Belichick called, I don't know, Kevin Stefanski and said, hey, we want to trade you a fifth and a third for a fourth. And Kevin Stefanski looked at a chart, and it was just a picture of a thumbs up, and he went, okay.
My numbers guy, because that's smart. We'll go ahead and do it. Yeah, I mean, the reason why I heard about Brian Thomas Jr. news kind of made the rounds, but it also like immediately pops up on my feed because anytime there's rumors about a wide receiver being available on the trade market, Bills fans have been on top of it.
Well, the benefit with the Bills trade for Brian Thomas Jr. is that Josh Allen loves to do the thing where he buys time, and then throws a ball down the sideline right as he's about to step out.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian Thomas Jr. refuses to catch passes over the middle of the field. So it is somewhat of a marriage made in heaven.
It would kind of work.
Yeah, it would kind of work.
Okay.
That being said, what about Travis Hunter?
I don't think he's available.
He'd give up, 4 future firsts for him?
Yeah, you'd have to give up. I don't remember the details of the trade. So I don't know if they'd get back what they gave up. Probably this early in his career. They could.
We should make a definitive list called the Rudy Gobert Memorial How the Fuck Did This Trade Happen trade.
Mm-hmm.
Where we just go through and pick different trades that it's like, wait, why was this the price in different sports?
Yeah.
Like, with the Travis Hunter thing, why was that the price when they didn't take Abdul Carter?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's inexplicable. Or the in the NBA this year, why did the Pelicans have to trade a future first to move up like 6 spots?
I have to say, what these teams think on a regular basis.
This is a football podcast, so we're not here to talk about Patrick Queen, no matter how much you want. I will say this. Jeremiah Fears looking pretty good. I wasn't a big Fears guy. Looking pretty good.
You have tears for Fears?
Here's why I wasn't a Fears guy, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Too small.
Too small.
Too small.
Too small.
He's just too small. That's it.
Well, I don't like him because he scares me.
Yeah. You're more of a Colin Coward guy. Not Colin Coward. What's his name? Cedric Coward. I did the Monica McNutt on draft night when he got drafted. She said Colin Coward has just been drafted. I pulled the fucking Monica McNutt.
You pulled a McNutt.
I pulled a McNutt.
You McNutted right on the podcast.
Yeah, how sick do you think she is of hearing that?
Probably a lot.
Yeah. Well, you want to talk about football, Mike? Instead of talking about Cedric Coward and Jeremiah Fears?
Let's talk about football.
We can keep talking about Jeremiah Fears. What do you think of Patrick Queen running a high to low pick and roll with Zion Williamson?
I don't know. I'm just shocked that I'm impressed, after playing all those years in the NFL, that now he's playing basketball.
Did I really do that again? Did I call him Patrick Queen?
Yeah.
What is wrong with me?
What's wrong with you? You disgust me. Repulsive.
Now I can't remember his first name. I can only think of the name Patrick Queen. Anyways.
Embarrassing.
Mike, we're an NFL podcast. We're here to talk about the NFL. And we have a few things that we are going to be ranking today, is the way that I would say it. Or we're going to be talking about things on this podcast. It's a podcast where we talk about things. I want to start off here, Mike. 8 weeks in feels like a good moment for a benchmark, especially coming out of... To pull back the curtain a little bit, for our Monday pods, I put effort into trying to give us a topic that is somewhat based off of the last week of events. So usually, in the past we've had weekly awards, or we've had hot seat rankings, or something where we could talk about what happened in the past week. All of the NFL games this week sucked, except for Jets-Bengals.
Yeah, I wasn't much good stuff on this week. Even Sunday Night Football was relatively boring.
Yeah, the Packers pulled away in the second half. Tucker Kraft helmet bumped that one guy who was wearing a helmet when he wasn't. That's really all you missed. There was that like Jordan Love blooper ball that somehow didn't get picked off and went for like 45 yards.
Mm-hmm.
It was, and the broadcast kept insisting that Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love are friends.
I doubt it. I don't think Rodgers has too many friends except like Pat McAfee.
Yeah, he really does like Pat McAfee. Joe Rogan.
Yeah, they probably get along pretty well.
RFK
Elvis
Jr. Oh.
One of those men's dead and the other's inexplicably still alive.
And we don't know which one's which.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought we'd take a benchmark instead, since all the football was bad. And we'll do best and worst. A little best and worst, Mike.
A little burst.
A little burst. So we're going to go through the AFC and NFC for each of these categories. We're going to talk about the best and worst team, the best and worst unit, and the best and worst player in each conference. So that's, 12 total things. 4 for each category.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yep.
Outline it well enough?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start off here with the best and worst team. And we're going to start off with the AFC because alphabetically that makes the most sense. Mike, who do you have as the best team in the AFC currently?
That's a tough one, Em. Who's playing the best? Who has the best record? Who is the best?
Who has the best record is pretty easy. You can just Google that one.
It's Colts.
Yeah.
6-1.
So,
the stink.
Thanks for tuning in to the Town Island Podcast. Mike, you want to hit your plugs and we'll get out of here?
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to the stink. Is it the Chiefs right now? I hate to say it, but I think it's the Chiefs right now.
Let me tell you this. Let's have a little AFC West conversation here because I got some questions about, is it the Broncos?
Let's settle down.
They've won 5 straight wins over the Eagles, Jets, Bengals, Giants, and Cowboys, including a historic fourth quarter comeback. They're the first team since week 2 to hold the Cowboys under 30 points in a game, and they're currently 5th in offensive EPA per play, and 6th in defensive EPA per play from week 4 on. So since their last loss, they're 5th and 6th respectively ranked in EPA.
I don't know. It's tough to jump on that bandwagon. Chiefs currently with prior to week 8, 13% chance to win the Super Bowl.
According to
PFF.
You? Oh. I thought you were just like every week you were going down every team and going, I'm going to give the Jags a 3% chance of winning the Super Bowl.
Saints, 25.
We should do this. We should do just percent chance of winning the Super Bowl for every team in the NFL. See, podcasting is easy. People think it's hard. You just sit here and you talk for an hour and a half, and then you write down things you should talk about in a couple days for an hour and a half.
Now, here's an interesting thing. Here's an interesting thing. Sorry, the way I said that really popped me. That I just noticed, also per Chris Collinsworth's website, that the Denver has the second easiest remaining schedule. Never mind, second hardest. So we are going to find out if you're right.
Who do they have left on the schedule? I had this up earlier, but now I don't.
The 85 Bears, the Houston Oilers.
I'll Google it.
I got it right here. All right, we got Texans, Raiders, Chiefs going on a bye. Commies, Raiders, Packers, Jags, Chiefs, Chargers.
Okay, but how many of those games are actually hard? Chiefs, yes.
Healthy Chargers, yes.
Are they? Are they? And also, how healthy are we talking here? Because they're still not going to have Rashawn Slater. That's also week 17 is their next Chargers game.
Yeah.
So that's like the most possible irrelevant game.
So the Chiefs twice is probably carrying a lot of the weight on
Packers?
The second hardest schedule. They have the Packers too.
Yeah. But outside of that,
Jags.
it's a pretty fucking easy schedule.
The guy faced Duval.
They got the Texans, who, spoiler alerts, aren't fixed. The Raiders at home against the Raiders on Thursday Night Football, which is definitely going to be the next game that the Broncos drop somehow because it's Thursday Night Football. The Commanders, who can't stay healthy. The Raiders again, and then Duval. After this point, they've already traded away Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas Jr., and Joshua Hines-Allen, so it's just Trevor Lawrence throwing go routes to Christian Kirk. Any chance he's on that team?
No.
Okay.
Where
I
is
know.
he now?
He's in Houston.
That's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And that was your weekly Where's Christian Kirk segment, brought to you by Honda.
The Kirk of cars.
Yeah.
So I've made the case for the Chiefs, and I realize that I've swayed you to my side. You know, agree with me. But let me hear your case for the. I made the case for the Broncos. Apparently, you subverted my mind. You inceptioned me into saying the Chiefs. I'm Cillian Murphy, and you're Leonardo DiCaprio and his dead wife.
Oh. I don't want to be Leonardo DiCaprio and his dead wife. They're playing the best football right now. I think it's pretty simple as that. Their offense is like open back up with the returns of Xavier Worthy and I Can't Drive 55, Rashee Rice. All right. The defense is still good. Patrick Mahomes is playing like Patrick Mahomes again, which I hate seeing because I prefer he play like
Tua.
Not this week, though. Let me tell you. But yeah, on the regular. So, I mean, I don't know if I need to make too much of an argument.
The Chiefs' passing defense is ranked dead last in the NFL.
Okay, but look at
now. I just made that stat up.
Oh, okay.
But...
I was going to say, I was like, that can't be right.
11th in the NFL by EPA. 44.7% success rate allowed, which is around league average. I don't know. Broncos, number 1 in the league in success rate allowed. I guess, Mike, we'll just have to make a $300 bet on the Broncos-Chiefs game on November 16th.
We'll see about that. Are you poo-pooing the Chiefs because they play the Commies tonight?
Oh, they're going to kill the Commies tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's Marcus Mariota, who's... Everyone's going to be like, well, Terry and Debo are back, but we really can't get the ball to from Marcus Mariota to Terry when he's getting, hit 2 seconds into the play.
God damn it, Josh Connerly.
Throwing inexplicable interceptions over the middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
That game's going to be a disaster. But hey, we live on. We're going to get a top 10 pick. We're going to get Drew Aller.
There was a play this weekend in the Wisconsin-Oregon game where the left tackle for Oregon just got totally I don't know if he mixed up his assignment or what, but he got totally smoked. And I almost texted you. I was almost going to find a clip of it and send it to him, but I found the Commanders' next draft pick.
All right, Mike, since we both agree the Broncos are the best team in the AFC right now, let's go to the worst team. Who do you have as your worst team in the AFC?
Yeah, it's the Raiders. For a second there, I was waffling on my decision and saying maybe the Dolphins, but
I have the Dolphins.
You have Dolphins? Okay.
What about the Jets? Was there any consideration for the Jets?
Oh, yeah, that makes a trifecta of shit, like a doo-doo trifecta, a smelly trifecta taint, if you will. I don't know why I'm doing that. Trump hands. They're so bad, these Jets. Oh my God, they make me sick. It's because of all the crime. National Guards coming into New Jersey, surrounding Jets facilities. And I guess you could throw the Browns in there, but the Browns have a very good defense, so that removes them from the conversation. Yeah. Whereas I don't think the other three teams do pretty much either well. I think of the three, what tips me to the Raiders is their offensive line is definitely the worst of the three.
Yes.
I think they're...
Across those three teams, let me ask you this. Across those three teams, Las Vegas, New Jersey, Miami, who is the single best player?
Makes you think. Ashton Jeanty.
Brock Bowers.
Yeah. That was
Max
the one
Crosby.
name that came to mind. Max Crosby actually is probably the correct answer.
Yeah. So I just want to say that we just rattled off three names, all of which are Raiders.
On the Raiders?
Yeah.
I see your point.
And here's a follow-up question also. Are the Dolphins that bad? Stop. Are the Dolphins that bad, or are they just kind of unlucky?
No, I think they're pretty bad.
So they're 4-4 against the spread. They've been a favorite 3 times, including one of their wins, but they've lost the other 2 as a favorite. Mm-hmm. They're 27th in defensive EPA and 25th in offensive EPA. So they're bad. But is some of it also just luck?
No,
the turnover differential is terrible. They cannot get turnovers on defense.
Yes, but...
Which is all luck, as we know.
Yeah, but better teams overcome a turnover differential. And also,
Name 2.
That has nothing to do with Tua playing bad. The turnover differential doesn't affect
that. That has to do with concussions, Mike. That has to do with concussions.
Okay, well, sorry, Babbitt. I gotta tell you, he's not playing good. I don't need the reason why.
I think it's his hip injury combined with all those head injuries.
The two H's that you don't want to hurt.
Your hip and head?
Your hip and head and your humerus bone.
Miami currently... Jesus Christ. I scrolled... I'm looking at turnover differential. I scrolled down, and the Commanders have a -5 turnover differential. Miami currently sitting at -5 on the turnover battle. With Jesus Christ, they've thrown 10 interceptions. 10 interceptions and 2 fumbles.
It's not good.
10 interceptions.
Yeah. He's not playing good, this Tua.
If we sort by interceptions, yes, it appears that when I look at most interceptions, they have the most. Along with the Las Vegas Raiders.
I was going to say, that's tough. Okay. The Raiders have a lot. Geno's been pretty bad.
Should we make a case for why the Jets aren't? Or we're just going to be like, yeah, Jets are bad. They won one game, so what?
Comeback Kings.
You see Aaron Glenn's post-game scrum in the locker room?
No.
He was like, 300 yards. That's who we are. And I think all of us at home went, all right, settle down, bud.
Let's take it easy, all right?
You had Breece Hall throw a touchdown. Maybe the best touchdown a Jet has thrown all season, by the way.
It was nice.
Got over to the sideline, threw it into coverage. Mason Taylor went... They keep saying this term. They keep saying head tops a guy. It's when you moss someone but he's facing the other way. I really don't like it because head and top are both terms for giving someone a blowjob.
Well, top is also a term for...
For what?
I mean, they're both sexual terms. Not inherently, but...
What else is top a term for there, Mike?
Like if you're the top.
Uh-huh.
You're on top.
Top of the mountain, or?
No, like you do the...
Do the engineering?
Yes.
You saw?
You do the piston thrusting. You do the, whatever you want to call it.
So that have to do with Kate Cunningham.
I don't know.
We got to come to a definitive answer here, Mike. You already agree with me on the Broncos, so I'm willing to let you
I agree with you on the Broncos.
The worst team in the AFC is.
I'm sticking with the Raiders because unlike the Jets and the Dolphins, who have had these but the Jets and the Dolphins apparently have the ability to, like, on a random day against the right opponent, to have offensive success. I don't think the Raiders could have offensive success against, like, the high school JV squad.
It's all because of concussions, Mike. Let's see. The Raiders have scored under 10 points more times than they've scored over 20.
I rest my case.
They've scored 0, 26, 24, 24, 9, and 19. They beat the Patriots in week 1.
Yeah.
And we're all supposed to be like, Drake May's an MVP.
Week 1 doesn't count.
Here's the thing. Drake May's a system quarterback.
That's so stupid. I can't even be nice about that take.
Moving on here, Mike. Going from the 20,000-foot view down to the 5,000-foot view. Best and worst units. Oh, wait. We didn't do NFC. Who's the best team in the NFC, Mike?
Oh, we didn't. I forgot. We also didn't do worst team in the NFC, did we?
No.
Yeah. I don't personally like a lot of the NFC teams.
The NFC as a whole?
Just like as far as who's on top and some things, because like Packers, I still don't
sexual
believe.
Term.
I hate you so much. The Packers, I still don't believe it. The Eagles, I think, are bitch made. So that leaves me with like the Rams, or like if the Bucks were healthy, they'd have a real conversation.
The Lions.
That's a good point too.
I got
Probably
the Lions down, Mike.
Yeah, it's Lions.
I was surprised when you did. Their defense is playing exceptionally well. Sixth in the I almost called it the NBA. Sixth in the
Alvin
NFL
Shepard.
currently. Offense hasn't missed a beat without Piss Pants Ben Johnson. Once again, a top 10 unit on the offense. Just an absolute fantasy shit show there. Not through any fault of their own, but because I cannot figure out what week to start David Montgomery and what week to bench him because Jahmyr Gibbs is going to get all the carries.
Yeah, it's a tough one to figure out.
I might at this point be 0-for-8 on starting David Montgomery in the correct week. Every week I start him, it's like 4 points. Every week I bench him, it's like 27 points.
Yeah.
The fuck is Dan? Is it because I called Ben Johnson piss pants for too long? Is that why Dan Campbell's doing this to me?
I think it's because they have like their second string running back is talented, so they like to mix him in there. And I think sometimes they get into like who's got the hot hand today, and if like usually it's going to be Gibbs, but if Montgomery's having one of those weeks where he's cooking, they don't shy away from it.
Remember when the Bears cast Montgomery out because they're like, this guy sucks shit, and then he immediately went over to the Lions and became like a borderline 1,000-yard rusher every year.
He's a shit sucker.
Also, team hasn't missed a beat despite having a ton of offensive line turnover. They had their center leave. They had a guard retire. I mean, they still have like Penei Sewell, and I think their right tackle's been consistent too. But they lost like 2 core pieces of their. Wow, this offensive line is the best in the NFL. Hasn't missed a beat. Doesn't matter.
I mean, I don't know if I'd trust them to not like in the playoffs. I don't know if I'm putting any money on them.
You just talked about how you don't trust anyone in the NFC, but you're also like, and I also don't trust the Lions.
Yeah, in the playoffs, I said. In the playoffs,
right?
Yeah,
they'll be playing other
At
NFC
some point,
teams, you know.
but still, Goff will golf. He golfed last year. He golfed all over the place.
He didn't even golf until the divisional round.
I know he golfed 4 times
In the divisional round?
Yeah.
Made it to the divisional round?
Well, I said the playoffs. I didn't say a specific round, did I?
I think Goff is good.
Golf's good.
It's
not the
like,
playoffs.
It's like Wall Street. Goff, for lack of a better term, is good.
There you go.
You see yourself as a Gordon Gekko type?
No.
No?
We all like to be the Gordon Gekko.
Yeah.
But we're
You
not.
more of the Wolf of Wall Street guy? That more your speed?
I think I'm more the Jonah Hill, more Wall Street.
I think you're the Jonah Hill in Superbad.
That's also fair.
Yeah. Or maybe you're Steve Carell in The Big Short.
I have a dead son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're known for. Mike, who is, now that we've decided the Lions are the best team in the NFC, who is the worst team in the NFC?
Worst team in the NFC? NFC? NFC. I'm going to go. How did we not mention the the Titans?
Are you okay, bud?
How did we not mention the Titans in our AFC talk, by the way?
Can we just hold off? I got the Titans later on, and it's making me sad. We'll talk
You'll
about
get
it.
to it? You'll get to it? Okay.
Get to it.
I know a couple weeks ago I kind of was like, hey, they're not as bad as we think, but no, the Saints are pretty bad. I think they're pretty much as bad as we think.
Ooh, wrong answer. The New York Football Giants, Mike.
Well, now that they don't have Scatabo, I guess.
No Scatabo. No
Still got
Malik Neighbors.
Neighbors and dirt.
Brian Burns is going to be out. Their like top end unit. Sorry, I didn't mean to use a sexual term around you. Their high end unit.
You brought up. Never mind.
Their defensive line is just starting to take injuries.
Yeah.
Like the Giants in a given week wouldn't be the worst team, making everything even.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, they do have to deal with Jackson Dart being a dog shit quarterback. But
That's a hot take.
but with the injuries, I think that they're in conversation here. Okay. I think Saints obviously yes. Is there anyone else from the NFC that we need to throw into here?
I think those are the two bad ones, like worst ones. Like the Saints have probably the like least. Yeah, I paused after I said that because I realized that I think that was an oxymoron.
Well, you see, the problem there is that you paused, which allowed me to swoop in like a raptor and sink my hooks in.
They have the most unsexiest roster.
Not a big shuck guy?
On paper. No.
You want to get your corn shucked?
I don't want to get my corn shucked. I don't want to get bit by the rattler snake. Like, I don't want anything to do with that. Like, it's like...
Rattler snake got benched despite still playing better than Shuck. I mean,
yeah.
like, I get it if whoever is on high for the Saints came down and said, God darn it, we need to see what we got in this Shuck kid.
Wasn't very good Louisiana accent.
I can't do Louisiana. I could just do, like, rich Texan.
Yeah.
But, like, I can't imagine being Kellen Moore and going, Rattler's not going to get us here. Put in the 29-year-old with no knees.
Yeah. I mean, they're really just, what? It's Alvin Kamara, who's aging, and then
Chris Miller.
And Chris Olave getting, like, 27 balls a week thrown at him when he catches, like, 7.
Uh-huh. and Chase Young on defense. Mike, Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Yeah.
Didn't work out for either Terry and Arnold or Kool-Aid McKinstry, which is another thing we should mention with the Lions, is their secondary is so injured.
It didn't, yeah. It's Groundhog Day. The same thing last year.
Same thing last year.
Maybe that's why Goff threw so many interceptions in the divisional round, because in practice he's not throwing against an actual secondary.
Yeah, the scout team is mostly just kickers.
Yeah.
They got Dan Campbell out there playing strong safety.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Vrabel was like, I like this Will Campbell kid, because I lined up on against him and he didn't let me sack the quarterback. Me with my beer belly and 65 years of age. Maybe the single offseason thing that has upset me the most, in brackets non-crime category, is Vrabel testing how good Will Campbell is by putting on the pads himself and going against Will Campbell.
That is douchey.
It's so obnoxious. That is the singular reason why I want Drake May to fail.
Because of his coach.
Because of that story. Outside of that, I was a big Drake May guy in the draft. I should be rooting for him. It makes me look smart. But fucking Vrabel putting on the pads, the line against Will Campbell, I am now rooting for the Patriots' downfall.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, yeah. I am in one sense. Like, if they could go 0-17 every year, but Drake May is like MVP level numbers, I'd be happy. How do we make that happen? I don't know.
All right, so worst team in the NFC. You got any more thoughts on the Saints?
No.
The Saints are probably the right answer. I put down the Giants just to talk about it. Is there anyone else we're missing here? Arizona? You want to shit on Arizona a little bit?
Yeah, Arizona has some dudes.
Yeah. Like Trey McBride. And no other wide receivers or
Paris Johnson Jr.
Uh-huh.
Like a good CB duo when they're healthy, and Will Johnson and Garrett Williams.
I'm getting visited by a cat.
All
right, Mike. She says San Francisco. What is wrong with you? You're a terrible football analyst. All right, YouTube video watchers, you get to see me pet my cat for a little bit until she gets bored of this and leaves. Let's move on to the best and worst unit, the thing I tried to jump the gun and talk about earlier.
Yeah.
Starting with the AFC, who do you have as the best singular unit in the AFC?
Right, so you can't just say like one side of the ball, correct?
Well, that would be a unit, so yes, you could.
Really? That's lame. I thought you would be a little more
specific.
Yeah.
Be as specific as you would like, Mike.
All right, fine. Then I'm going to say the Denver Broncos front seven, pass rush. The defensive front in Denver's been unreal.
Dre Greenlaw, Nick Bonito,
John
Franklin Myers.
What a weird one to say first. Yeah, Nick Bonito, Jonathan Cooper, Zach Allen.
The Big O. Jonathan
the Big
Cooper.
O. Coop. They're cooking.
It's not booze you're hearing, folks. They're saying Jonathan Cooper got a sack.
Yeah, I thought we had to go a little more granular with it, so that's why I said them. But if you want to go like more out broader, if you will, then I just say the Denver's defense, like, watch out, world, because they're now getting their legs are under them and they're getting back to like full swing.
However, Patrick Surtain is injured, so
it's not like a season-ending injury.
You know, Riley Moss is the most targeted cornerback in the NFL.
Really?
And here's the thing. Like, is Riley Moss bad? No. He gets a lot of penalties, sure. He's a smaller white guy, I get it. Mm-hmm. But it's just purely because they can't throw the ball at Pat Surtain. They got to throw it at someone, and they're throwing passes, so.
Yeah. Before you give your answer, I want you to pause and think about it really hard for about 5 seconds.
I've seen
pausing and think.
better days.
Oh, God, I shouldn't have turned a light on. Now everybody can see how ugly I am.
I think you're beautiful.
You're beautiful.
The Colts pass-catching unit.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And I'm lightly including Jonathan Taylor in here because he can't catches passes, so it's cheating a little bit. But
you cheater. You fucking cheater.
It's one of those situations where there's like the whole is built so well that every piece looks better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, you have your big middle of the field threat in Tyler Warren. You have your prototypical X receiver in Michael Pittman. You have your deep threat in fucking what's his face? Oh my God, Josh Downs.
Yeah.
You got the just ridiculously athletic running back in Jonathan Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And all that together with who else but Indiana fucking Jones slinging the ball around. It's just really well built at all levels. Like, it's one of those things where I just want to highlight it, not because, like, they don't have anyone that is going to be in contention for Offensive Player of the Year. I mean, Jonathan Taylor, obviously, but, like, as a pass catcher, no one that's going to be in contention for Offensive Player of the Year. But they don't have a single weakness.
Yeah, their pass catching unit's very, like, if you said, like, name Colts pass catchers, you'd be like, Michael Pittman.
You would go with Tyler Warren?
Oh, yeah, and Tyler Warren, obviously.
I mean, you're a slut for Warren. Top.
That's such an intense term.
Slut?
Yeah.
Ass whore? What would you prefer I say?
No, that's very specific.
Hold on, we got to take an ad break. This podcast is brought to you by Disney Kids.
And their new hit show, Ass Whore. Starring Selena Gomez. I wasn't saying
I was about to say, would she be the ass whore?
She used to be on the Disney Channel. That's why I went with her. Yeah, I could have said Miley Cyrus. I could have said Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you throw out a fucking man at some point here, Mike? You sexist. You hear ass whore, you just think women.
Yeah. Piece of shit.
Slick back hair.
Slick back hair.
Any more thoughts on best unit? Anything else you want to point out there? We get Colts Broncos. Oh, we already got Colts Broncos. We had Colts Broncos, and we didn't get a chance to talk about this.
We had Colts Broncos?
Yeah, that was the game that ended with the leverage call.
Oh, earlier this year. I think like this week. I was like, no, we didn't.
Yeah, the Broncos demolished Dallas this week. Mike, who is the worst unit in the AFC?
So going back to the usual suspects. You got like an argument, like, I don't know, with a lot of the bottom teams as to their offensive line.
Yeah.
I don't know who's leading the way. If you want to say Bengals or Raiders, throw the Browns in there too. I can't decide. But those are like the big three I circled.
I honestly couldn't decide which single unit on the Bengals I wanted to pick out.
Because they're pretty bad.
I just want Bengals defense. Like, I could not pick. Like, they get picked on in the run game. They get picked on in the pass game. They can't get stops. They are allowing the most points per drive in the NFL.
Yeah.
They let the Justin Fields-led Jets put up 300 total yards on them.
It's really funny if you look at, like, if you go to, like, PFF and, like, look at the, they have all the different categories. Uh-huh. And for those who are wondering, like, if there's a green next to the number, that means it's a good rating, right, for these different units. But as that color changes to, like, yellow and orange, it's bad. And it's like,
yes,
it's like receiving and running green, and then just a shitload of orange everywhere else.
Well, they are the orange team, so.
They are the orange team.
Were they ever in conversation for team talent alone?
No.
Yeah, because you hate Joe Burrow.
No, you hate Joe Burrow for some reason. I stick up for Joe Burrow. And I think if it came up, I was against it because I have a problem with ineptitude.
Yeah, it's not that I hate Joe Burrow. It's that we had the chance to get Joe Burrow.
Yeah, you got Chase Young. You got Chase Young. He's the best player on the Saints, like you were saying earlier.
Next to Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Yeah, except next to Kool-Aid. The two of them should probably get paid top of their position, reset the market.
No reason to get sexual about it, Mike.
Okay, new name for this episode. Who's on top?
I just put my fingers in my coffee because I thought it was hand lotion.
Hot.
Who are you going with overall? You got to make a pick here. Who's the worst unit?
That could have been a painful mistake in another setting anyway. I will say...
Do you just dip your dick straight into the lotion there, Mike?
No, I'm just saying. I think it's fun to pick on the Bengals. The Bungles, if you will. So I'm going to say the Bengals offensive line.
All right, the Bengals. The Bengals. We'll go. I'll go Bengals defense, and you go Bengals offensive line. And yet, we didn't mention them as the worst team.
We didn't.
Interesting.
Why is that?
Why is that? Who is this? Should Brian Windhorst lose weight? Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Who's to say? Anyways, we are on to our final section of the segment. The final segment of the segment, Mike. The best and worst player.
Oh yeah, player.
Start off here, AFC. Mike, who is the best player in the AFC? Fuck, no, we're not. We still gotta do the NFC. Why do I keep trying to skip the NFC? We gotta do the best and worst unit in the NFC.
Oh yeah. What's with you? That's your conference.
Mike, who's the best unit in the NFC?
What's the matter with you, huh?
What's the matter with
best unit in the NFC?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't go well this week, but I'm gonna say that was an outlier and say the Cowboys passing attack.
The same one I have?
Yeah.
I got the Cowboys passing offense specifically, currently ranked 5th in the NFL in terms of EPA and 4th in terms of success rate.
Yeah, Pickens, CeeDee Lamb.
It's crazy. They lost Lamb for 3 weeks, and they didn't even miss a fucking beat. Just suddenly it was Pickens. Is there a case to be made that Dak Prescott's the MVP?
Speaking of Groundhog Day, you're making this argument every year.
Because Dak Prescott is always under-respected.
I don't know how you gave me flack about the Patriots, right? And Drake May, you were like, shouldn't you want them to do bad? And then every year you're like, Dak Prescott may be the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah, but here's the difference, right? The Patriots are coming for the throne, buddy. Dallas is inept. They are run by a completely lost owner who put his nepotism-ass son in the position to have final say on the roster and hired a guy who is someone else's son to be their head coach.
Yeah. That's bad, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
So the reason that I can be like, Dak Prescott's the MVP is because they ain't coming for the throne, buddy.
Yeah, but also, all right. Would it be the worst thing in the world if they came for the throne? Maybe the Bills would get a fire under their ass. Stop feeling so complacent. You know, as a Bills fan, I feel like I'm allowed to say that. I feel like we've been complacent the last couple of years. All right. We need to be more aggressive out there. And what we do with this roster, we need to get that chip back on our shoulder. We need to get that underdog mentality back that we used to have. That's what made us special. That's what made us cool. You know, and then you come into seasons, everybody's like, Bills probably win the AFC. And it's like, fuck you. Don't give us that. Don't put that on us. I don't want that. I want you to doubt us. I want you to hate us. I want you to think we're scum. So that when we win, we can shove it in your face. Huh?
Are you drinking? This is such a drunk Mike rant.
No.
Oh,
not.
okay. Just wondering if you had some whiskey in that Coke.
No, I have a Rockstar. And then I have a Coke as a backup for some reason. 'Cause I'm a degenerate human who hates my body.
You see, they're getting rid of high fructose corn syrup in American Coke.
Oh, awesome! This is great news for Coke drinkers.
Yeah. Now you can get your cane sugar everywhere.
I like to, you know what I use now when I have a cup of tea?
What?
Use that raw sugar. I'm all natural now. Yeah.
What's the most unhealthy thing you put in your body every week?
Well, I just showed you the 2 drinks I have next to me, so I don't know what else you want me to say. Other than that, probably alcohol.
Yeah, I had 1 beer yesterday, and I'm still feeling it. I think I'm washed.
Yeah. Washed. Wash king.
Washed king. Who's the worst unit in the NFC, Mike?
Well, I think that's pretty simple. They're on the same team we just talked about.
Yeah, I got the same thing.
And I guess you can go overall defense. In particular, I think they have some of the worst secondary play I've ever seen in my God-given life.
Which is sad because we were such Deron Bland guys. We were the Deron Bland cast. And here we are, getting Bland basted. I was trying to find lambasted into a pun, and it did not work.
Yeah.
Mike, if you take the Cowboys' incredible passing offense and subtract the Cowboys' dogshit passing defense from their EPA, their EPA comes within 9 millions of even. Their passing offense is just as good as their passing defense is bad.
Oh my God.
Or sorry, 9,000ths.
Yeah. I think you broke my brain with that.
Yeah. They are it's so funny. Like, that is so indicative of this team, and that's why I can say Dak Prescott's going to be the MVP. Because every year they have something like this. Every year it's like, oh my God, Dak Prescott is tearing these people apart, and they have this incredible offensive line. However, their rush defense is so bad that they're allowing 180 yards per game. Like, it's just every fucking year, it's something with them. And this year it's that Dak Prescott looks like prime Phillip Rivers slinging that wood around. And on the other side of things, their very highly paid passing defense is so inept that they are currently 3-2-1.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, we are coming off Dak Prescott's probably worst game of the season.
Yeah, it was a weird one. So I think that was just an outlier. Also, I think that was like goes towards what I was saying earlier, is that the Broncos defense is like now getting into form with Patrick Surtain or not, because Jahdae Barron decided, I'm just going to step up and cook.
Yeah,
what are you going to say about that? Hook 'em.
All right, Mike. Let's move on to the best and worst player. Let's start with the best player in the AFC.
I really didn't have no desire to give this to a quarterback because that's boring, because all we talk about is fucking quarterbacks and they win all the awards because they're, the most valuable position. So I decided to stay out of the quarterback talk, and I'm going to go with Myles Garrett. Have you heard of this kid?
Oh, that's what I got. I thought I was going to be the guy that had the subversive pick, and I got Myles Garrett.
No. This dude is cooking. He's a bad, bad man. All right, 11 sacks, a 27.4% win rate.
10 sacks.
Oh, yeah.
PFF counts half sacks as a whole sack.
As whole sacks, yeah. Best pass rusher in the AFC? I mean, obviously, if I'm saying he's the best player, he has to be the best pass rusher.
Like, there's some argument to be made that, like, statistically, actually, Nick Bonito is right now, but no, Myles Garrett's the best pass rusher. It's just that he is, like, the Browns' defense is getting into form, but the only person on that line they have to think about, well, besides Mason Graham, who's not, like, going to be a pass rush specialist at any point, is Myles Garrett, who is playing out of his freaking gourd.
Yeah, I just, like, throw it out there in, like, a nerdy way. Garrett has like 50 more pressure snaps than Nick Bonito, and despite a increased amount of like samples added to that, he has a win percentage that's still like 8% higher. Yeah,
I mean, Myles Garrett is playing unreal. Like right now, we're 8 weeks in. He's currently on pace to have another 20 sack season.
Yeah, I mean, even when the Browns are playing terrible, you can still go on Twitter and you'll see a couple like highlights on the feed. I'm like, dear God, look what Myles Garrett did to this poor tackle.
He absolutely took up the Aaron Donald mantle for best defensive lineman in the NFL and has not dropped it since then. Like, there's been... What's up?
Has he ever won a deploy?
Yeah.
He has? Okay.
Yeah. In good position to win it this year, especially since now Patrick Surtain's hurt. Although, I got to tell you, I'm rooting for Nick Bonito to win it because I think it'd be fun if in back-to-back years, two different players on the same defense won it.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Hasn't happened since...
85 Bears.
2000 and 2001.
Oh, so close.
The Ravens.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We talked about this like 2 weeks ago. It was I killed a guy in Ed Reed. Ray Lewis.
Yeah, Ray Lewis and Ed Reed. So, I mean, we're in consensus there. How much can we say about Myles Garrett? The only reason to tune into Browns games is for Myles Garrett. And even then, you probably shouldn't be watching him until Deshaun Watson's on the street. Worst player in the AFC.
I said I wouldn't do quarterbacks, but I'm going to do it in the negative sense because it's fun to pick on quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Geno Smith's pretty bad.
10 interceptions. Doesn't have a single game over 300 yards. The team was like, here's a team that's got Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly, and they're looking to make a name for themselves out there, Al.
Now, I do want to say we have to factor in that like he got put onto a worse team from multiple standpoints. Like last year he's thrown to DK and Jackson Smith, who we'll get to in a little bit, and had a better offensive line in front of him. And this year he has a terrible one, and he's throwing to what's his face, Jacoby Myers,
who is in trade rumors.
Yeah, and he has no Brock Bowers like they thought he would have.
He's got Michael Mayer.
Don't talk to me about Michael Mayer. All right, I love me some Michael Mayer. I don't think he's gotten a fair shake yet. Okay.
Michael Mayer got one of the worst concussions of the season early against the Commanders, and then was back like a week later. Yeah. Mike, in similar fashion, the worst player in the AFC is actually Cam Ward.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I tried not to pick on rookies. Like, for a second there, I was like, is it Dylan Gabriel? And I was like, all right, he's played like 3 games. No, let's not be mean to the...
Yeah,
I almost said kid, but,
I did specifically point out that Cam Ward is dead last for QB in every advanced statistic. And this is, of course, in the non-Dylan Gabriel category because Dylan Gabriel's actually dead last in every advanced analytic. But he's played 3 games, and he's got Shedeur Sanders breathing down his neck and not actually saying anything. Is Shedeur Sanders the worst player in the AFC? Can we just say it's Shedeur Sanders?
Dude, Shedeur Sanders has thrown for 0 yards, 0 touchdowns so far this year. He is low. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. No interceptions yet.
Does he have the worst touchdown to batshit insane locker room segment in the history of the NFL?
He does.
Yeah.
He does way more batshit insane locker room segments than, you know. Yeah, right.
We got to come to a definitive answer here, Mike. We going Cam Ward or Geno Smith?
We've been doing that?
No, but you
I
know,
was gonna
like we should hear though.
Fine. If you want to, you know, the guy whose tape you love so much, you traded for him in fantasy. If you want to just turncoat on your boy because he inexplicably like drops
Gotta
balls.
stop just dropping the ball, man. It's 60% of what he does is just drop the ball out of nowhere.
He cuts him on the sidelines. He's like holding a stick of butter. Like, Cam, what are you doing? What? I like butter.
He dropped a snap this week. Like, the guy has got to hold on to the ball. Also, if we were doing awards, Mike McCoy down 17-7, punting from the 43 on 4th and 4.
Pretty bad.
What the fuck, man? Like, come on. Like, you want a shot at the head coaching job? Maybe show some chutzpah out there and fucking go for it on 4th and 4 from the 43. Like, best case scenario, you're gaining 40 yards of field position, but in all likelihood, you're going to kick it into the end zone. They're going to get it at the 30, and you've gained 13 yards of field position for your defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, are you surprised? Like, there's not, even though it's not Schottenheimer. Are you not Schottenheimer? Who's the coach? Callahan. You're still shocked to see poor like coaching decisions from the. I keep almost calling. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
We're not a hot takes podcast here, but I'm going to throw out a hot take.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mike McCoy's not a very good head coach.
You don't think he's going to win the job?
No, I don't think he's going to win the job. If I was Tennessee, I would hire Mike Vrabel.
He's a pretty good coach. I wonder if they ever had someone like him.
Who's Tennessee end up with? Because like at this point, I'm willing to believe that it'll be as dysfunctional as physically possible. Belichick?
Think coordinator.
Brian Kelly?
Steve Sarkisian. Think Brian Kelly would be hilarious. He actually would probably do, in a weird way, I think he would. I almost feel like he would do well in the NFL.
You think he could pull off a Tennessee accent?
Damn it, you try. Do you remember there's like that meme, like that clip from like a local newscast where a lady's interviewing a surfer and they're asking about it. He was like, oh, waves. He's like, you just drop in. It's like, whoa. You know this video?
Yeah.
Someone posted it and said Brian Kelly when he's interviewing for UCLA. So I thought that was pretty funny. Outside of
Adam
all
Gase.
Those names, yeah, I was like, think coordinator who is on a really good team, but it's like not as like really not as impressive as we think it is. You see what I'm saying? There's always that coordinator.
I get what you're saying, but here's the thing: like their last hire, Brian Callahan, that's not like he was a hot name in the coaching search.
True. So maybe we should think of non-hot names.
Well, like, is Tennessee cheap? Are they dumb? What's the failing principle here? Is it dumb?
Can't be
cheap and dumb.
As if you're going to run an NFL organization, you can't be cheap and dumb.
Like, are they going to bring in Mike Lombardi as their GM now?
Maybe.
I'm just going to keep punching down on UNC. Jordan Hudson, head coach.
But if she likes Tennessee, if she's like, I love Nashville, Bill, we're going to Tennessee, then it could happen.
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear. I feel like I just made him Severus Snape right there. Yeah, probably at this point we have enough evidence to deduce that it probably won't be a good decision. But
I could do a whole podcast on speculating on who Tennessee is going to hire.
Go steal Mario Cristobal from Miami. Reunite him with Cam Ward.
There you go. Couldn't work out worse, I suppose. Hugh Jackson.
Really good.
Is Hugh Jackson still floating around? Sam Presti? Not Sam Presti, the other guy. Sam Hinkie.
Sam Hinkie?
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever coached football, but what the hell?
I can't wait for him to take over as the president of football operations for the Tennessee Titans, tank, and then draft Carson Beck.
Trust the process.
Trust the process.
He likes
All right,
scrapping
Mike.
injured players.
We gotta stick on topic here because we're 50 minutes in and we're talking about Sam Hinkie in a football podcast in 2025.
Classic.
This time I'm not gonna forget, Mike. Who is the best player in the NFC?
I'm going with Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Dude, JSN. They like the say like in the offseason, Seattle was like, you think we need DK Metcalf? You think we give a shit about having DK Metcalf? They just dumped him because they knew that they have a phenomenal wide receiver from wide receiver U. Another Ohio State man joined the ranks at the top of the league. This dude has 2 games where he didn't hit 100 yards. He is not like the best receiver there. He is like the receiver there.
Yeah.
Like they would be so lost without him.
League leading target rate, which is usually a statistic that you associate with bad quarterbacks, but Sam Darnold's kind of fucking slinging it.
He is. He's playing very well.
Jackson Smith and Jigba is it's like prime San Francisco Christian McCaffrey right now. It's like the ball is going to Njigba. Everyone knows it's going to Njigba, and no one can stop him.
You know why this is?
Why?
Darnold has entered grizzled vet category, and grizzled vets do one thing right.
No longer bad and young QB.
Nope, he's now grizzled vet, and they know what to do. They know their number one option. They chuck it to him.
Mike Regan's rule of grizzled vets.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's Dak Prescott for all the reasons I talked about earlier. Don't really need to dig back into that. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, who is the worst player in the NFC?
Yeah, what do you think?
Andy Dalton.
One game.
Dude, it was so bad. Like, for those of you at home who weren't monitoring Mike and I's text back and forth, which I hope is all of you.
Yeah.
Mike was apoplectic in the first quarter of Patriots-Bills, and I didn't even hear from you from halfway through the second quarter through the end of the game. Like, Andy Dalton played maybe the worst 45 minutes of football that I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
He was dropping the ball. He was throwing terrible interceptions. He was holding to the ball as long as he could until Ed Oliver could sack him. Ed Oliver tore his bicep because he was hitting Andy Dalton so many times over and over again.
Oh, God.
Like, and the Panthers' offensive line, we're not talking about like a Raiders unit here. It's probably like a bottom 12, 13 offensive line, but it's not inept. And Buffalo's pass rush isn't a top 5 pass rush, but
no,
they just, like, Andy Dalton was holding onto the ball like his name's Caleb fucking Williams. Like, he just would not throw the ball, and then he would, and it was just to a Buffalo player. Like, it was a terrible 45 minutes of football.
Yeah.
They would show reads. Like, you would get the behind the QB camera, and, like, the grizzled veteran option, Tedorora McMillan, would just have 2 steps on whatever dinged-up cornerback was lined up across from him, and Andy Dalton just wouldn't look at him.
Should we give a shout-out to Trayvon Diggs, who leads the league in yards per reception, against him?
Does he really?
19.6 yards.
This is a Cowboys podcast.
Cowboys podcast.
They paid Trayvon Diggs and Deron Bland so much money.
Yeah, it's not going well.
It's not going well. They gave both those guys all the money they should have given to Micah Parsons. And now they're going to trade for Trey Hendrickson.
That's going to go. Yeah. They have the money to do that?
Yeah. Trey Hendrickson, Kenny Clark, Deron Bland,
By God, they'll find the money.
I think they have Malik Hooker in their safety spot still. I was a big Malik Hooker guy when he was in Indy.
Yeah.
Weird guy that I just was dead set on. Like, this guy's something. Anyways, Mike. Any other best or worst we need to cover there?
No, but looking at the numbers, you're right. Kool-Aid McKinstry, terrible.
Yeah.
My boy. What'd you do to me? Make me look bad, my boy.
It's the Saints' defense effect.
That's a good point. That could be what it is.
Since Hurricane Katrina, they haven't had a good defense. The levee's broken, so did the defensive line.
The levee is broken. Has it been enough years we can make jokes about that?
Well, I mean, we definitely have made worse jokes about things that have just happened. I was in your DMs the second Cam Scadabo's career was ended, so.
That's true. Not so much making jokes as being evil.
Listen, people expected me to retract my anti-Cam Scadabo stance, and I'm just not having that. I'm just not having that.
You stood on business.
I'm not letting the SJW Warriors push me off of my stance as an American.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm not letting these liberals tell me what I can or can't say. This is my First Amendment right to be a terrible person.
Good for you.
Good for you. All right, Mike. Probably have to go through this segment a little bit faster just because we spent forever talking about Sam Hinkie. But I wanted to talk about a few teams that we aren't talking about enough and we should be talking about. Now, some of the air has been taken under my sail because we talked about a lot of these teams in the last segment.
Yeah.
But my first team that I thought isn't getting enough conversation time, press, whatever you want to say, any podcast airtime. You gotta talk about these Seattle Seahawks, Mike.
Yeah, they're probably not getting enough talk. That's right.
They're not getting enough talk. I listen to everyone's favorite Monday morning Scream Fest, the Bill Simmons and Cousin Sal Guest the Lines podcast. I don't listen for the football analysis. I just listen for Parent Corner. They were going through who was going to make the playoffs in the NFC, and they thought there was going to be one NFC West team.
Really?
Yeah, I think there might be 3 NFC West teams in the playoffs.
3?
But
I'd say 2.
Yeah, out on the 49ers.
Out on the 49ers and the Cardinals, yeah.
Well, yeah. But they said the Rams. The Rams aren't even currently in first in the NFC West. The Seattle Seahawks are. Currently 5-2, 193 points for. Nearly at the top of the NFL.
Yeah, that feels like just like they didn't. I feel like they weren't even ignoring the Seahawks. Like they just forgot about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Seahawks' last loss was to the Buccaneers in that game that came down all the way to the last second. Sam Darnold had 4 touchdown passes. Baker Mayfield had 2, and I think he ran for 1 or something like that.
Yeah.
But just that crazy back and forth game a couple weeks ago. That was their last loss. Outside of that, their only other loss was in division to the 49ers, both 1-score games.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just blowing teams off the map sometimes. Sometimes. But they're on bye this week. And they had a big win against Texas, Houston, their last game. And next week they play the Commanders. From there, Cardinals, Rams, Titans, Vikings, Seahawks, Falcons, Colts, Rams, Panthers, 49ers. Middling to easy schedule with a lot of softball teams in there.
That Colts game's going to be dope. Jones versus Darnold.
Yeah.
The outcasts of New Jersey football.
Dude, both of those guys were on Minnesota last year.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. The Kevin O'Connell Saints, we should call them.
Yeah, brother versus brother.
Yeah. Just like the Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Moment of silence for all
the
those
Civil War.
in the Civil War. It's too soon to make jokes about the Civil War, Mike.
Way too soon.
Their offensive line, great. Their defense has been so much better than I expected, and they are just especially against the run, by the way. They are ridiculously good against the run. But they're just a super competent football organization in every phase. And we don't talk about them at all. No one mentions them as a contender, and I think that it's the Sam Darnold effect.
Yeah, it's the Mike McDonald effect too, defensively. What he's
No one
getting
believes in his defense.
Yeah, I mean, on paper going into the season, I feel like he's getting a lot more out of that defense. And double that up with, I know there's been injuries this year, but still, I think you could track Mike McDonald's departure from Baltimore with the decline of the Ravens defense.
Directly, yeah.
Directly.
By PFF grade, by the way, Seattle is currently 2nd in the NFL.
They're a good team. And I didn't...
They're behind... Dude, they're behind... They're literally just behind the Raiders in terms of PFF grade. That's the only team higher than them.
Yeah. I shouldn't even be giving them flowers. I should be trying to poke holes because going into the season, I was like, the Seahawks are going to suck.
Yeah, you just hate Sam Darnold. You hate
I don't anymore, though.
You hate him because he's my child.
I've been Darnold pilled. It was that coming out of that Bucks game, I was like, all right, I can't deny it anymore. He's a good quarterback.
If you just looked at a picture of every single quarterback in the NFL and had to rank them in terms of how high you thought their IQ was, I think just looking at a picture of him, I put Sam Darnold dead last.
You think he's dumb looking?
I think he looks like he's going to be dumb.
I put Trevor Lawrence last.
That's just because you think people with long hair are vapid and empty inside, Mike.
He just looks very ugh. bro.
That was the moment ended up being out on Trevor Lawrence. Was
Yeah.
like his second or third season in the NFL. He went on the Manning cast and just just threw up a 0 the whole time. And I was like, oh, this guy's dumb. Like, this guy's not good at football analysis. This guy can't look at a football field and figure out what's going on. He's gonna be bad.
I feel like you could put Dalton last too. He didn't look too intelligent.
Dalton?
Yeah.
I think Dalton's handsome, and people, including me, subconsciously think that handsome people are better at things.
Who do you think looks the smartest then?
Who looks the smartest?
Daniel Jones.
No, Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones looks like a frat bro.
He looks like he'd be an accountant.
I think that if I was just looking at pictures of NFL quarterbacks, I'd put Bryce Young first.
Yeah, he looks pretty nerdy.
Yeah, he looks kind of nerdy. Jaden Daniels also looks kind of nerdy.
Oh yeah, they both look like they'd be engineers.
Josh Allen looks a little innocent, so maybe he'd be like in the top 10.
I feel like he's like somewhere in the middle. You know,
he's got innocent face.
He does. He has that innocent farm boy charm.
Now, here's my question. If we're doing this with running backs, do we include all of Cam Scatabo, or do we have to keep his foot out of the conversation since it's no longer attached to his body?
Yeah, you have to keep that out.
Listen, I'm really bad at getting clips edited and up on social, but I think our IQ by how people look clip has got to go on social.
I think it's a pretty good one.
That's a pretty good one. All right, Mike, back to what we were talking about, whatever the fuck that was. We couldn't even talk about the Seattle Seahawks without getting detracted. I got 2 more teams here, but did you have any you want to throw out?
No, go for it. I struggled with this segment because I was like, there's 32 NFL teams. I feel like we talk about all of them constantly.
How about this one that you think we talk about constantly, but no one really is talking about right now?
Mm-hmm.
The Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, people talk about them constantly.
That no one is talking about the Buffalo Bills right now.
Yeah, because they're not a sexy team to talk about right now.
They're not a sexy team to talk about, but people are talking about like the Patriots, Jets, and Dolphins more than they're talking about the Bills.
Yeah, because 2 are a dumpster fire.
They're boring, right? Because we know that they're going to make the playoffs. Maybe not win their division, right? That's the question mark. But we know they're going to make the playoffs. They're in the hunt, but haven't won one the whole time. There's no dramatic changes like we got with Baltimore or Kansas City this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of like, well, run it back. It's like the 2018 Golden State Warriors or Cleveland Cavaliers, where we just stopped talking about them because we're like, we know they're going to be in the finals. Let's just talk about other stuff.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that? Like, for example, they dropped a 40 burger on Carolina. No one's talking about it. James Cook ran for like 216 yards. It was over 200. Yeah. Something ridiculous. His yards before contact were insane because we have some really, like, when our offensive line is on, they're on. Yeah. The funny part about that, as a Bills fan, more specifically as someone who spent all 8 years of his career, 9 years if you consider like the draft as part of this, defending Josh Allen and hyping him up and saying, no, he is the truth. He is the answer. Sometimes when Cook has those games and goes nuclear, I'm like, no, I want Josh to put up big numbers.
So currently, James Cook is second in rushing yards, and he is 9th in odds for Offensive Player of the Year.
Wow.
Yeah.
8 quarterbacks ahead of him.
Yeah. No, Mike, the quarterbacks don't win anymore.
Oh, that's right. They're the MVP.
They're the MVP. James Cook also tied for 4th in touchdowns. 9th in Offensive Player of the Year odds.
Yeah, I think he said Bills. He either tied or broke the Bills record last year for touchdowns.
I will say Jonathan Taylor currently has 14 touchdowns, so he's probably running away with that one.
Yeah, he's playing unreal. He has to be high up in the Offensive Player of the Year odds.
He's currently minus 250. That's the favorite.
I think I saw he's plus 1,800 for the MVP.
Is he really?
Mm-hmm.
I got plus 2,000 on FanDuel. He's the first non-quarterback. He's behind such long-running hit players as Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, Daniel Jones, and Jordan Love.
I would love a Baker Mayfield MVP.
Who wouldn't? You know? Just don't give it to Patrick Mahomes or Drake May. Come on.
The only downside is I wish if Baker won MVP, I wish that the award ceremony was held in Cleveland.
Yeah. Or at the University of Kentucky, because I think he's still got things to say to them. Once again, traditional for this segment, we started talking about the Bills and ended up talking about Baker Mayfield as MVP.
So your point stands, not talked about enough.
Yeah. I think their defense is also improving. I mean, obviously a lot of that's getting healthy, and it hurts to have Ed Oliver get hurt again. But Joey Bosa's having a great year. He's the healthy Bosa. They obviously can only share, like if they had a health bar, like a video game health bar, they share 100 hit points between the two of them.
Yeah, I don't ever worry about our defense until we play once we play like a top 10 team, then I'm like, all right, you might be in trouble now.
I also think Josh Allen's been like relatively reserved in his like Josh Allen's got to win the game for us-ness in the last month.
We haven't gone into that at all, really.
Yeah. So I think that there's growth opportunity, but for now, it's just been like the James Cook / Dalton Kincaid show.
Yeah. It's going to get Joe Brady a job as the head coach of the LSU Tigers.
Mike, my final one here, the teams that we're not talking about enough, the Browns defense. We already talked about them a lot. I'm not saying the Browns overall. You cannot get me to say that we're not talking about the Browns offense a lot. The Browns defense. But here's the thing I want to bring up. Myles Garrett had 5 sacks against the Patriots.
Jesus.
5 in a game they
Campbell.
lost by 19 points. The last time a player, like there's never in the history of the NFL, has there been a player who has had 5 sacks in a game that they lost by more than 3 points.
That is insane.
Myles Garrett had 5 and they lost by 19.
Oh, man.
What the fuck did the Browns tell him?
You know what?
When they got him to resign? How did they do that? Like, he came out and said they shared their plan with me, and I believe in it. Did they share their plan with you, Myles Garrett? Or did they just keep putting zeros after 4 until you signed?
Which is really fine. Like, I wouldn't blame a player if that was the case.
We're big cash some checks here at Town Alone.
Dude, all about cash and checks. Breaking necks, cash and checks, brother. That's what we do. It's what we do. Okay, they don't do that. It would be cool if there was a website that tracked pass rush and offensive line matchups.
Yeah.
So I would like to see what happened when it was Campbell versus Garrett.
You could just look at Campbell's win rate. I mean, like, I think he was lined up across from Garrett most of the time.
And he gave up 2 sacks, so.
I'm guessing those were both to Garrett because I think they had 5 sacks in the game and they were all Garrett.
Yeah, pretty much.
And also, like we were talking about earlier, Mason Graham has been great.
Yeah.
Their secondary is not super notable, but not terrible. But their defensive line is just fucking elite, and we just spend no time talking about the Browns because their offense is so terrible.
They have like one of the best, like in Schweissinger, the linebacker, like draft steal.
Yeah. You and I brought him up on the redraft podcast, whatever, with too high, too low, just right, or whatever it was.
Yeah, I think he got hurt though.
I know I don't watch the Browns because they have Deshaun Watson on the roster, so
I don't think he's at the games. Like, I don't think he's on the sideline.
That's fine. They're still paying him.
Yeah.
If you found out that like CVS was paying Jeffrey Epstein,
why?
Would you still shop? Exactly. Why? Would you still shop at CVS?
No, probably not.
Yeah. Just feel a little gross. Yet, for whatever reason, all my liberal friends still go get Chick-fil-A. Turns out that humans are really bad at sticking to their convictions when there's even an ounce of temptation. I think you should all feel ashamed for yourselves.
Wow.
All of you. Unlike me, an advanced liberal. The Paul Thomas Anderson-esque liberal who does not go to Chick-fil-A. And you're going to say it's because you're vegan, Adam. And that's
Probably.
true.
I was going to say, most likely the reason, but.
Any other teams you could think of, Mike, that we aren't talking about that we should be talking about?
I think you did a pretty good job, Adam.
Thank you. I'm great at my job.
Oh, wow.
Although, not really a job, is it?
Jimmy Haslam actually said recently we took a big swing and a miss with Deshaun.
Yeah, that's a couple weeks ago. You sure did, which...
Understatement of the year.
Yeah. Did he get our worst contract, or did Joel Embiid?
You swayed me to still go to Deshaun, even though I was fighting for Embiid.
We could do that again next year. That could just be a live stream next year now that we stream.
Oh, we could. Do it all in one go.
Bring on T. Karkara of T. Karkara fame. Yeah. Maybe some other special guests. Do you know what Mick Rooney's up to right now?
Who?
The owner of the Saints.
Player? Oh. I said the soccer player. There's a soccer player named Rooney, right?
There's a soccer player named Rooney. I don't know. What about Brendan Fraser? You know him?
Yeah. Put on a lot of weight, but he's dropped it since then, so that was good.
Yeah, we'll have him on. For the Worst Contracts pod. Mike, you like college football?
I do.
Yeah. There's been a lot of question marks raised recently against this draft that I didn't realize were question marks. I kind of thought this was going to be like a good to great draft. And suddenly a lot of people, now mainly people whose opinions I don't respect and I think should probably be shunned from the industry, have been coming out saying that there's a lot of teams in positions for a high draft pick in a weak draft. So I kind of want to get your temperature on this. Are there players worth tanking for in this draft? And if so, who are those players?
That's weird to say weak draft. I wouldn't say weak. I think that's a little far. I think there's some positions in this draft that are going to do good. I think like edge rusher is once again going to be good, but that's become like one of the most premium positions in college football, actually in the sport entirely. It's tough to say tank for because I feel like that's a whole different level of player, right? That's like not generational, but that's like most likely to be a franchise stud player that changes the direction of your franchise. Those are guys who you actually tank for.
See, you and I got different definitions of when you should tank.
Okay, what's your definition?
Take shots, man.
Take shots.
You're not winning a Super Bowl without having
yes.
a top-tier quarterback. So just tank until you got a top-tier quarterback.
That's true. I get me think about it. If your team's bad and you don't have you're not going to make the playoffs at that point, just like go full tank mode. Even if it's a weak draft, like you have it's lottery tickets. You have a shot that guy you get could be amazing.
Guess what? A few years ago, if the Dallas Mavericks made the playoffs, they would lose their pick. So they bench Luka down the stretch, blatantly tank, end up with Derek Lively. And now look at their team. They got Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, Derek Lively. I feel like I haven't watched basketball in a few years. That seems right, though.
Yeah. I do think like right at the top, like Ruben Bain Jr. is going to be really good. Like you look at like Abdul Carter this year, who is playing phenomenal. Like probably the lock for defensive rookie of the year.
I think that defensive rookie of the year is still kind of up for grabs, but that's not what we're here to talk about.
It shouldn't be. I think Ruben Bain Jr. is going to have an immediate impact like that. Caleb Downs is going to be unreal, but he's a safety, so doesn't get as much love as a premium position.
Currently, defensive rookie of the year, Abdul Carter, number 1, plus 105. Jihad Campbell, plus 300. Nick Emenwari, plus 500. And as I was listing these off, Mike, Carson Schweisinger went from plus 2,300 to plus 2,200. They heard us talking. We moved the line.
We're moving the market. We're affecting the market. You love to see it. Love to see it. But I guess the big thing that most NFL fans, when it comes to draft time, ask, should we tank for this guy, comes down to like quarterback.
Yeah. So there's big three, right? Right. There's Fernando Mendoza, there's Dante Moore, and there's Ty Simpson.
I think like Mendoza and Simpson are the two. I think they're the top two right now in Heisman odds. I'm pretty sure Mendoza's ahead, but
yes, Mendoza's currently the favorite in Heisman odds with Simpson behind him. Number 3, for some reason, to Ashton Genty. I don't know if they know that he went to the NFL.
They're still pissed he lost last year.
Yeah, it's like when Adrian Brody won the Best Actor award for The Brutalist, and like as soon as his name got called, everyone went, "Oh, that was the wrong guy." Should have given it to the Chalamets. We should have given it to Marty Supreme himself.
Yeah.
So, once again, let me put it in the correct order then. Fernando Mendoza, Ty Simpson, Dante Moore. Are any of those three guys worth tanking for?
I think Simpson and Mendoza could be that good. I love Dante Moore too.
Just too small.
No, there's just for me, there's something about Ty Simpson that I like, an intangible aspect that I just get sucked up in. Like the confidence he's playing with, the leadership he's showing, the way he throws the ball, comes up in big moments. I've been blown away by that. Mendoza, on the other hand, he's been like, I thought that was a good transfer move for Indiana. But it's even exceeded what I thought was going to happen. Like he's just been unreal. Like handfuls of touchdowns every week.
So right now, both Tankathon and PFF have Mendoza going number 1 overall.
Yeah, that's mostly what I'm seeing. I think there's a bit of an athleticism difference there.
6'5".
Well, there is the other size, and I do think of Mendoza as slightly more athletic than a Ty Simpson.
And I don't even see Ty Simpson in the top 10 here. I think that he's still kind of in the climbing range.
He's still
Ty
climbing.
Simpson, they have at 20 right now.
Yeah, because he's not as like you look at a guy like Lenora Sellers is probably still higher than him despite not having
1 spot higher on Tankathon.
Oh yeah, he's dropped that far now.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
So Mendoza and Ty Simpson, you think are worth tanking for? If you were in charge right now of the New Orleans Saints, well, they're going to draft Nussbaum, Garrett Nussmeier. So
yeah, that's right.
If you were in charge of the New Jersey Jets, are you going to head coach Aaron Glenn and saying, "Hey, I'll pay you $10,000 for every game you lose"?
Oh, for sure.
Do you think he's accidentally going to text Brian Flores that instead of?
No, he's going to accidentally text a pig farmer.
Yeah.
Call back. Yeah, I think Mendoza is very good, and I think guys like Dante Moore have that ceiling. I think this QB class is actually really good. When you look at potential, like next year could also be really good, but who knows if Arch is Arch? That changes the calculus a lot.
All right, so need just give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. And I guess we're not gonna have time for prospect wordle, but we'll see after this. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. I'm gonna give you some of the top end of the draft. I just want to know worth tanking for, not worth tanking for.
Okay.
Caleb Downs,
Yes.
Reuben Bain Jr.,
Absolutely.
Jordan Tyson,
No. Really good now.
Spencer Fauno.
Yeah.
Keldrick Falk.
Yeah.
You just want everyone to tank for anyone. We already talked about the quarterbacks. I'm not going to do that. You already said the ones that you think are worth tanking for. Jeremiah Love.
Of course.
That was just a test to see if you were going to say tank for a running back. You're an idiot. Francis Mauigoa.
Always tank for a top tackle. Always
Caden
tank for a
Proctor.
top tackle. I wish he's having a good year. I wish it was better. I'll say no.
All right, so you think that only 13 teams should be tanking?
Yeah, that's just about
Okay.
what? How many make the playoffs now? Is it 14? So pretty
14,
close.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Unless you have any other draft thoughts here, real quick, we can close out the pod.
Don't open the door to that. We're good.
Okay. Listen, we got time enough for it. I'll let you off the hook this week if you don't want to do prospect wordle, but we do have time enough for it.
No, send it.
All right. Gets earlier and earlier every year, but it is officially draft season, folks. And as such, Mike Regan and I play a game here called Prospect Wordle, where I give Mike 6 opportunities to guess a prospect that I have chosen ahead of time. Before each guess, he gets a hint. Those hints in order are height and weight, projected draft day, class or times transferred, position, conference, and finally, team. Mike, are you ready for this edition of Prospect Wordle?
Yeah.
This player, Mike, is 6'3", 280 pounds.
Jesus Christ. 6'3", 280.
6'3", 280.
Is it Reuben Bain Jr.?
No. 6'3",
Uh,
280. Mike, this player is borderline between day 2 and day 3.
Borderline.
Mm-hmm.
Day two, day 3.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you went deep this week. I wasn't ready. 6'3", 280. We're probably looking at an edge or a lineman. Defensively, of course.
Not an offensive edge.
No, not offensive edge. Trying to figure out what their job would be.
Russ the
Deny-
pass rusher.
Deny Dennis Sutton.
No. Mike, would you like to know their class or times transferred?
I hate this clue. It does nothing for me.
Times. You always take the wrong side.
I know. Class.
6'3", 280. Borderline day 2 pick. Mike, this player is a redshirt senior.
Yeah, I'm sticking with edge rusher. I'm going to say Derek Moore.
No.
I hate the way you say no. No.
6'3", 280. Borderline day 2 pick. So late 3rd round, early 4th round. Redshirt senior. This player, Mike, their position is edge.
Well, thanks for narrowing it down, Brian. Oh my God. Borderline. Day 2, day 3, edge. I'm trying to think. It's getting hard. Sometimes I try to think, like, what kind of player would you pick?
An
Yeah.
edge who is a late
I know that,
3rd
but-
round or early 4th round
All right.
pick.
Let's stick in the Big Ten. Let's go to Oregon and take Mateo Uiagalelei.
So you're staying in the Big Ten.
Uiagalelei. No.
6'3", 280. Late 3rd round, early 4th round pick. Redshirt senior, edge. Mike, this player plays in the ACC. Wrong side of the country, fucking idiot.
The ACC. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cheat now.
You can look at ACC teams.
Yeah.
You want me to list them for you?
No,
Clemson,
I know ACC
UNC?
teams. You
Duke.
cantankerous twat. Oh, is it my boy? Is it Akeem
your boy?
Mesidor?
It is Akeem Mesidor.
Yeah.
Good job, Mike. There you go. You got prospect wordle in 5 guesses.
You know what the problem is with me? I think that's bullshit. We're just calling him borderline day 2, day 3.
Should be much
Yeah.
higher.
Yeah, that
Day
means
0?
cooking. He should be like late 1st round.
Like Falcons trade up a future first to get him at pick 18.
After already taking another edge rusher. Yes. He's been cooking this year, dude. I mean, it helps when defenses are like, dear God, Ruben Baines on the other side. We have to worry about him. But
that's all I got, Mike. Did I miss anything? You wanna see? Make sure we didn't miss any news items here. Wentz to have season-ending surgery. Your thoughts?
Who?
Wentz. Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz. Season is JJ back now?
Don't totally see that, but I will say that Carson Wentz looked to be in phenomenal amounts of pain every single play he played on Thursday.
What is Josh Dobbs doing?
He played in Arizona there, Mike.
Damn. Trade time. Trade deadline's coming up. Get the band
there you
back
go.
together. McConnell and Dobbs.
Dislocated shoulder that includes a torn labrum and fractured socket. How did he play football?
Fractured a socket.
Yeah.
That's intense.
Yeah. I have one of those in the back of my phone. A fractured socket. McCarthy is expected to return to the starting lineup against the Detroit Lions.
Nice. Oh, no. Aiden Hutchinson. Oh, no. Run, JJ, run.
Undrafted rookie Max Brosmer is the only other quarterback on the roster at the moment.
Oh, hometown kid.
Is he from Minnesota?
Yeah, he played ball in Minnesota.
Is there anything else we need to talk about here? You care about the Rams trading for Roger McCready?
Roger McCready?
What? No. McCreary.
McCreary. No, I didn't even know who they traded for. So you could have said McCready. I would have believed you.
And Kirby Smart says SEC firings are the world we live in light of Brian Kelly being fired. I don't really know what that means.
I mean, maybe it's like with the 12-team expansion, teams' leases have gotten shorter because it's like, seriously, there's 12 teams getting the playoffs down. You still couldn't fucking do it. So
they've cobbled together $53 million. They paid Brian Kelly $53 million to go sit at home.
I think it's installments, though.
Okay, it's $53 million, Mike. Guess what? When you buy a car, they don't go, the car today is $300. They go, yeah, this car is $12,000. You're just paying it in $300 installments.
Yeah, but it has that clause in it to where if he gets a new deal.
Mm-hmm. Like FDR?
Yeah, like the guaranteed money. I think it's like the guaranteed money or something off of that deal comes off of his buyout, so they don't owe him as much.
Okay, so he's going to go sign somewhere for like the minimum amount of guaranteed money to get revenge on LSU?
No.
Why?
I don't think he'd get revenge on LSU either way.
They're going to be paying him $53 million, so...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's some kind of deal. And I mean, it like James Franklin already said, like he's not going to be out of the coaching for long, so he's going to be, depending on the deal he signs, saying goodbye to a lot of money.
If I'm Brian Kelly, I am going somewhere, and I am signing for $1 guaranteed a year.
Well, I can't remember if the clause is specifically guaranteed money, or well, I don't know what the formula is, but there's some sort of like mitigating clause if you go and get another deal.
I'm going to sit at home. I'm going to collect that money from LSU.
Right? Why do you think Jimbo Fisher didn't jump back into coaching?
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, Mike, that's all I got.
Hmm.
Anything else? Miss anything? Anything we need to talk about? Quick Monday Night Football prediction.
Chiefs by 1.
Final score 2-3.
Yes.
All right, Mike. You got any plugs on the way out the door here?
Yeah, follow me at all Mike Trevor. And hey, On Saturday came back last week, and I think it's gonna come back again this week.
That's not how recurring article doesn't work by coming back every week, Mike.
Well, it does. It comes back every week.
You can follow me at Talon Adam on X, formerly known as Twitter. You can follow me at Cotan Film Pod on Blueski. That's where I post all of our work and all of our clips of Obi Toppin missing a dunk. You can read all of our written work on townalone.com. You can see this podcast in a video version, if you are currently just listening to the audio, at Town Alone Podcast on YouTube. You can stop by on Thursdays when we live stream NFL Blitz until we beat it. And then, I don't know, I assume after that we'll just become bathtub streamers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And come back here on Wednesday for the next Town Alone. Come back here on Friday for an episode of Baskey with me and Tyler Carcara talking about the young NBA season. And with that, Mike, would you like to give a Miami defense-based shout-out?
Shout out to Minka. Man, we traded for him? Fitzpatrick.
I was thinking Miami University, so I'm proud of you for going NFL.
Oh, sorry.